This is the beautiful Palolem beach in Goa, India. It's one of the top 10 beaches in India, maybe in top 10 in worldwide. As of now, it's off season, so it's not that crowded. It's a natural beach with a very beautiful formation, with both sides covered by a natural reef, natural extended half island. Over there is an island, the Monkey Island, and this side, all of this is a natural resort, so it's a natural park. Nothing is over there, just nature, snakes, monkeys, leopards, other types of monkeys. It's a very clean and pristine beach, and those ladies over there help to keep it clean. It's very friendly for children because the sides of the beach, they help to keep the waves a little bit low, so the children can go half in. Sometimes there are freak waves, but it's a very friendly beach for children. It's also less commercial, so there are affordable prices, especially off season. The first row in here is the hotels and restaurants, but they have to build to be removed every end of the season so that the beach can regenerate. It's a law in Goa. Over there is the nature reserve, where the tourists or the local people can go and book tours. Basically, this beach is in the middle of nowhere, behind the hills, behind the nature reserve, so it's very protected from the urban destruction and the city life. It's basically a beach village with beautiful palms. All the famous people in India and worldwide came to this beach, like the Queen, the Princess of England when she was younger. There were many movies filmed in here, like the one with Matt Damon. So this beach is also a popular filming location for movies because of the natural curve of the beach. So in case you want to build your own beach, you just make a copy of this one, and it's gonna be good enough to be in the top 10 beaches of the world. Let's look around. And here is the #1 reason why Palolem beach in Goa, India is one of the best beaches in the world, because it is connected to the nature reserve, which is kept pristine. So this part is the best part of the beach in my humble opinion. This natural island, the Monkey Island, and with the end of the natural reserve, which goes all the way into the sea with some very scenic stones. Let's go over there and look at the stones, because they're very beautiful. This is the natural stone formation in Palolem beach. They're very beautiful stones, just like statues, very similar to the ones that you see in the pictures in Thailand, but in this case it's in Goa, India. It's beautiful. During the low tide you can see them. During the high tide, this part is cut off by 1 meter or 1.5 meters of water, maybe like 1.20 meters. Just this is the natural reserve park. If you go over there, just 3 meters or something, snakes, butterflies, rats, lizards, geckos, chameleons, monkeys, leopards. Maybe leopards are more smart, but leopards are more in the hills. So those hills are all natural reserve park in the Kanakona district of Goa, India. And this is why this Palolem beach is one of the top beaches in India, maybe in the world, because it's surrounded by a nature reserve. So the nature is pristine, clean water. Yeah, let's check out the water and sand quality. This is the water quality. It's transparent, fresh, clean. The water comes from the sea and from that river. That river comes from the nature reserve, so it's fresh, clean water. When there are no waves, the water is actually blue, azure blue. But now there are some waves, so it makes the water a bit sandy. Water is great, very clean in here. This is the sand of Palolem beach in Goa. You can see all kind of crabs making holes. So many crabs. This means that the nature in here is in balance. That the animals are still enjoying the clean and pristine environment. There are seashells with live animals inside, in case you wanna catch and cook something. There are also fish in the river, fish in the sea. And let's see the sand. The sand quality is perfect. It's soft, clean, the best you can get. Here is a bit wet. It's soft and small in size, very easy on the feet. It's actually more yellowish white, but when it's wet it's like this color. And because of the river, in here is more gray. Over there on the main beach, it's more yellow and white. So there is a mix of both worlds. Freshwater river and salt water. Perfect. Over there you can see a wild animal coming from the nature reserve. This is why the Palolem beach in Goa, India is the perfect beach, because you can see some types of different animals which come from the nature reserve into the beach. Sometimes you can see up to 5 different animal types in a day if you just hang around on the beach in this part of the beach with an umbrella or something so that you don't get burnt. It's also possible to book tours to go by like a minibus or a car into the hills, and there is a tour into the nature reserve, so it's also an attraction on this beach. I think there are some elephant farm or some waterfall or something, or it's also possible to go on a tour on the river, a short trip. So the nature reserve is also an attraction on this beach. And over there is like a small bar which is temporary and built up and deconstructed at every season. This beach is very popular among the backpackers, whitish people, because they take extra effort to travel. When they actually travel somewhere, this beach is a little bit secluded from the civilization, so you have to go by bus, change bus once or 2 times. From the capital of Goa, you go from Panjim to Margao, from Margao to Kanakona, or directly to Palolem, or you take a taxi, pay a little bit extra, like 30 euros or like 1,800 rupees or something. Or many domestic tourism people, so many local Indian people, they travel by car, do a day trip, 2 nights. It's also a perfect place for a honeymoon vacation. It's very quiet in here. Directly on the wild side of the Palolem beach, you can see some jungle sounds by insects and the sea waves all at once. It's like staying in nature while living in the comfort of a nice hotel. There are some more pricier hotels, but most of them in here are basic and affordable. Room sizes are usually very nice. Double bed, shower, sometimes a balcony. This is another wild side of Palolem beach in Goa, India. the small stones that separate the Monkey Island from the beach and the nature reserve. Between the stones you can find some small animals, crabs, fish, or a live seashell. Which is using the stones for... Oh, now the water comes in. And suddenly the water comes in at the high tide. There you can see the Indian Ocean, how wild it is. Over there is the Butterfly Beach, which is completely separated from civilization. The only accessible way to get there is by water and the boat. So now the high tide comes in and the stones become slowly submerged, so I better get out of here. It's beautiful. The local Indian fishermen of Palolem beach are still fishing by traditional method. With a modern net, they go in, spread the net and then move the net slowly away when the tide is low and the fish are trapped in the small spots on the ground. Looks like they caught some fish, maybe 20 of them. Later on they eat the fish or sell them to the restaurants. Yes. Oh. This is the river part of the Palolem beach in Goa, India, with the jungle in the background. It's possible to swim in the river, or at least lay down. The water is very warm, 25 degrees Celsius and above. The river flows slowly into the Indian Ocean, in which case you can swim in the ocean and then later walk a little bit over and swim in the freshwater river also for fun. The water is very clean because over there is no civilization, just a natural park, so the water is not polluted. The fishermen use this small natural bay for the protection of their boats. When the tide is higher, the ocean water comes up to this level, so it's going to be 1 meter high with some small waves at this side, which is a perfect location for the children to swim and to play, which is unusual for an Indian Ocean because it can be very wild and with large storms. But the Palolem beach has a natural bay, like a natural protection with this Monkey Island and the half island over the other side, so the waves get broken, the amount of water gets broken by the natural protection, and then the water that's in the bay pushes the outside water a little bit, so the waves are not as large as in open beaches in other locations in Goa. It's a perfect beach for children and families because there is shallow water for them to play on. Yeah, and there are also some wild stray dogs on the beach, as in any part of India. Beach dogs, they probably catch some small fish or crabs, whatever they can find. It's probably a healthier lifestyle for them than in the city. Another wonderful side of the Palolem beach, which has many different sides, not just the beach, and all in small package. You can walk it within half an hour, 10 minutes if you want to. It's like an adventure park for adults. Yeah, that's only in India. Crazy dogs. What we see in here is the most, or one of the most famous palms in the world, because one hippie photographer took a picture of it when it was a little bit smaller and when the tree leaves were in between the two hills that you see in the background. It was a very photogenic palm, and it still is a photogenic palm. So this hippie photographer, he took a picture in the 90s and then he sold this as a stock photography. And then many travel agencies and magazines, they bought the picture and then they advertised with the picture of this palm for the vacations and holidays and whatnot. And then some movies have been filmed around this palm, like the Jason Bourne movie, I don't know, the second or the third part, when he and his girlfriend ran away to Goa, India, to hide away from secret agents. So the film was filmed in here around this palm when he had the running scene and he ran across the beach in the morning. So some Indian movies were filmed on this beach, on the Palolem beach in Goa, India. So this is one of the most famous palms in the world by photography and films. Not even many local people know this, but it's just like this. One part of the Palolem beach in Goa, India. Yet another wonderful part of the Palolem beach in Goa, India. The outermost tip over the near to the Monkey Island. This is during the season, this is a bar area, and then you can see out into the Indian Oceans. Very beautiful and scenic. Lots of places to explore. 3 days is not enough, maybe a week, and you can see all parts of the beach, including the natural park, all the water rides and the boat rides included. It's beautiful. All the different sceneries in one beach included. There's a short beach, but so much different locations. The Palolem beach in Goa of India is a perfect beach that just keeps on giving. Opposite this Monkey Island there is the hill of the natural reserve, and it turns out there is a natural large stone which can be used as a platform for photography or an observation platform. Over there is the Indian Ocean, the Monkey Island, and the Palolem beach. And we are now inside of the natural reserve park, where you can see the wild animals and the colorful insects. And it's also possible to do some rock climbing, very mild rock climbing. In case you find the access, the secret pass, the stone pass to this natural rock platform opposite the Monkey Island, it's a fun adventure. Now let's go do some rock climbing over this side. This is the beautiful rock climbing path on the north side of the Palolem beach in Goa, India. As it turns out, it's also possible to climb on this beach near the Indian Ocean in the warm breeze, in rain, also possible. I'm not a good rock climber, but I managed to get in here in basically flip-flops and in wet conditions. So when you get a proper rock climbing gear, it's probably possible to go all the way to the secret butterfly beach. If you select the right path and make small steps, it's possible to manage to get very far, even if you are not an avid rock climber. This also helps when you are tall. It's a beautiful place for rock climbing. Not that hard. One of the many adventures in Palolem beach of Goa, India. This is the sunset over the rocky side of the Palolem beach in Goa, India. Over there is the Monkey Island. The baby cows also like beaches, but only beautiful beaches. Hello, cute cow! Yes, it's like a pet. Oh, it lays down. Yes, it's like a dog. Nice. You're a good cow.